Kit, would you like to make your grand entrance? Yeah? Yep. Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, we're gonna make an arrangement today of, we went on a walk today and I got very inspired by all the dogwood branches that are blooming. And I thought it would be fun to see, I'm gonna make an arrangement, and I challenged you guys to make an arrangement with dogwood while it's still blooming. So hopefully people participate. But I'm gonna make one in my favorite vase that I own. It's a cast iron vase that I bought from Terrain years ago. I think the shape was super interesting. And I have an old, would you like to lift it up and show everyone? I'll help you. Okay, I have an old vintage flower frog inside. And we're actually gonna do two. We're gonna do this one, and then we're gonna do in this, put that down for a second.
Why you stuck it?
Oh, I stuck it down so that it'll stay. We're also gonna do a quick second arrangement in this vase because I had a lot of people ask me last time how to make an arrangement in a vase that's got a thinner neck at the top. So I'm gonna show you that next. But first, we're gonna do this one. Okay, can you help me pour the water in? Will you help me?
Yes, I help you.
Okay.
Ready to go.
Ready to go.
Looking forward already.
There we go, that's good.
No, it's not ready.
Yeah, that's good.
No, it's not good. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Okay, how much more do you want? You want to fill it all the way up?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's really good.
Oh, turn it all the way up.
Yeah. Okay, Kit. Do you
And
remember?
look.
Do you remember what this is called?
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Can you guess if you've forgotten? Gentle, gentle. Like a baby. Be gentle. What is this called? Do you remember?
Sorry.
What? It's okay. Are you telling the flower sorry because you ripped it up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is called Dogwood. So with this dogwood arrangement, I posted several photos for inspiration. So you could make it with all dogwood flowers and branches. You can add in whatever's growing outside. What I was saying before is you can make the arrangement with dogwood, with spirea that's growing outside, with lilac, with greenery, with whatever other branches that are growing. There's still tulips and hellebores, and we have Andromeda. We have all kinds of stuff growing in our yard. I went and foraged these from my sister's house. I'm still gonna use this branch. Okay. Hold on, let me go get you your mason jar so you can make an arrangement too. No more, no more, no more, no more, no more. Can you make an arrangement? This is Mama's, that's yours. Okay?
It's full now.
It's full now. Yeah, it's full. Very full. I've decided I'm going to use all dogwood because I think that when you have an arrangement that's all one flower,
I want more. Mama.
that is super pretty. Also, it's very impactful because it's all one color, all one type of flower. I think it's really interesting. There you go. That's enough though.
This for Dada.
That's for Dada. That's super sweet. But for this arrangement, I have this pile of branches over here. Anyway, so the good thing about doing an arrangement of in all of the same type of flower is that you don't have to be as particular about the placement of the flower. You still want it to be very compositional as far as like heights and shape. However,
There's boats.
there are lots of boats. Okay, can you go sit with Dada over there? I feel like Kim Kardashian when she's trying to make her makeup tutorial in Northwood and leave her alone. Did you guys see that? I thought it was very funny. It's true. It's real life. When you're making your arrangement and you're picking your vessel, remember to think about where you're going to put the arrangement. Honestly, I might try and leave this one on this coffee table because I think the vase looks really pretty on this old wood. And that way I can make it like tall and interesting, and I have nothing in the way, like no light fixture hanging down or anything that would interfere. He might try and knock it over though. Okay, so to get started, I'm gonna do 3 branches. 3 branches.
There's a tree. There's a tree.
Anyway, I'm gonna start with.
Stop! Stop! There's a tree on you.
I'm a tree. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna start with 3 branches at 3 different heights. One of the things that I love about dogwood is that the branches are so asymmetrical. Also, I'm gonna try and follow the shape of the vase. This one's an oval. So I'm gonna try that first, and then if I don't like it, I'll go back and change it. Turn it around. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna continue to fill all the way around, and then I think I'm gonna go back. Can you see me? I think I'm gonna go back and trim out pieces that I don't want in here. Okay, so when I was cutting the dogwood, I cut some just plain greenery pieces too, so I could use them as filler. Thank you, Kit. Look, you guys, Kit just did a tutorial on how to do a vase with a skinny neck.
Here, though. Those 2 for you.
Okay. So I'm gonna fill in down on the bottom a little bit with some of the greenery just to hide the flower frog. But in this case, I'm not as concerned about completely hiding it like sometimes I would be for event work. So what I'm doing is, let me move this over so I can show you. We've got this crazy shaped branch. We have this really crazy shaped branch, and I'm gonna cut smaller pieces. I actually think this would be super interesting in the right vase. But I'm gonna cut smaller pieces off of it to use as the filler down below in this vase. So cut that one. Okay, so you can see I cut these little pieces smaller, and I'm gonna use them in the front. I want it to be really wild and asymmetrical. I don't want it to feel super round. You can make yours however you want though. You can make it really tight. I think that would be really pretty if it's all dogwood flowers all concentrated together. It would be really beautiful. So I filled in the arrangement with a bunch of smaller branches. I could keep on cutting branches down and shoving them in more and more and more, make it more full, but I don't think it necessarily needs that. You could do that, but you don't have to. So I think I'm gonna leave this one as is and maybe put it on my piano away from Kit where he's not gonna read. I mean, he can climb up there, but hopefully he won't go up there and try and get it. So anyway, here it is. Pretty easy, just shoving, adjusting, filling. There you go. Those are the words. Okay, so we have that one. Move that over here. The next thing we're gonna do is a vase with a thinner neck at the top. Okay, so this is the branch that I wanted to use, but when I put it in this vase, because of the shape of it and how top heavy it is, it keeps turning to the side, which is not what I want. I want it to face this way and stay like that. So one thing you could do is do a small grid on the top of the vase. I did not do that, but you could do that. And that would keep it sort of in place. I think that it's a heavier branch. It's got more flowers on it and the stem is a lot thicker. So what you could do is just pull some of the flowers off. Don't think that's gonna help much in this case, but that is one thing you could do. I'm actually just gonna cut it. Let's see if that helps at all. Cut off a couple more on the bottom. That's better. Okay. So we've got that one. We have this this branch here. Put in. They're at 2 different heights, which is what's important. You want a tall one, medium one, and then a lower one in the front. So I have this branch too. I'm gonna cut this one a little bit shorter. So if you put the branch next to the vase and you can see where the lip of the vase is gonna be, that'll show you where the top of the flower is gonna be. So I think that's gonna be fine. Let's try it and see what happens. So what I'm gonna do is, this one is still pretty top heavy. I'm gonna kind of interweave the branches to try and hold it in place a little bit better. Okay, so what I did was I took this little branch right here and twisted it around into the heavier branch to get it to stay. That's one way you can do a vase with a thinner neck. You just kind of have to play with it with branches, because branches are a little bit unruly and it's kind of hard to get them all to fit within each other. If you had 3 individual flowers that you wanted to put in a vase similar to this, what I would do is, so let's just pretend this is the head of the flower. You would want those at 3 different heights. So you would want one right here, one right here, and one right here, if that makes sense. So then it's gonna make a triangle. Okay, so since I've called this the Dogwood, well, I'm calling this the Dogwood Challenge because I couldn't think of a better name. So if you think of a better name, we'll start a new hashtag. But if you make a video, please tag myself and the Dogwood Challenge. I haven't even looked at that hashtag to see what else is on there. It could be dangerous. But tag me so I can share it with everybody else. We're all inspiring each other as you know, during this quarantine. So it'd be nice to be able to share what you guys have made. And if you need any help, of course, you can post in the comments or do whatever. So anyway, have fun, enjoy it, get creative. Maybe it'll cheer you up. I hope it cheers you up. It cheers me up a little bit. I'm curious, have you guys been going outside more, taking more walks? And if you have you been noticing new plants and stuff that you maybe have never noticed before? Every day I go on a walk, I notice something new. And just like, well, I mean, obviously I've noticed dogwoods before, but the way they were all blooming, and it was kind of windy today, so the way that they were moving in the wind, it really inspired me to do this whole dogwood thing. So I'm curious, have you guys discovered any new branches, new flowers, new things that you like to work with? Have people with kids, have you let your kids play with flowers at all? Kit has started playing in the dirt a ton, which has been really cute and messy and keeps him very occupied for a long time, so that's been great. I've been clipping a couple, we've got a couple things in our yard that are blooming now, so we've been clipping and putting them in bud vases, which has been really nice. And also being able to make little bud vases, and because we're here all the time, we're paying attention to them, so when they start to go bad, we can put in fresh water and clip a new thing and put it in the vase, because we're more attentive to it. So that's been really nice to be able to just really focus on our house and make our house feel really springy and happy and stuff. If you make an arrangement, what I would be curious to know is, did it cheer you up or did it make you feel more frustrated because you were having a hard time getting a branch to stay in a certain place, or because you felt like it didn't look the way you wanted it to, or didn't look as pretty as you think it should? I would be curious to know what your all's thoughts were. You know, if you've been practicing at all over the last few weeks, has it gotten better? I think doing any sort of creative work, it causes a lot of frustration as you are learning how to do something new. So I would love to know what you guys have been feeling, and if you want any more videos on specific things that you might be struggling with, I'd be happy to attempt to teach you how to remedy whatever the problem is. But yeah, the main thing is, I think I said in the last video, just have fun, enjoy it, embrace. It's good to be bad at something you've never done before, because then it makes you really stretch yourself and to try something new. And with the arrangement I made, it's certainly not perfect, and if I was by myself in my studio, I would spend a whole lot more time on it, but we've got plenty of time, but I don't have a lot of focus time. So whatever I make is whatever I make, and I have to be satisfied with it in this current season. Anyway, have fun.